What's I'm Alpha? It's not Uniqo Williams, but you do see him and his favorite pastime, I would say, on the screen. This is Casual Conversations, where we talk about random crap on the internet and the news and life and prison
We just have a
bays
casual
and
conversation.
prison bays and Kansas the song and people getting YouTubers punching each other and no jumper and blue haired, angry, funny, edgelord debaters.
Yep.
So that's what we talk about.
Everything people casually talk about on the internet.
Yeah, we just a gossiping channel that don't take it too seriously because y'all be too mad at these people, bro.
I was to say it gets a little deep somewhere in there.
It does. But first off, I am joined with the one, the only Afro coming 765. How are you today, my guy?
Bam! You already know. Your local neighborhood scumbag here to give the folks their daily dose of dirtbags. Same gimmick, different day. Let's go.
Yeah, I know.
The casual convo.
Yeah, we got some interesting topics. We got some Tommy Fury, Jake Paul.
Yes.
Introspective. We have some, of course, things you say always come back to you. We gotta talk about that. And when does playing too much go wrong? Somebody looks like they might have found out. But it's cool though. We understand how it go. And we gotta start off with, of course, I want to do a congratulations because this is big. On the last day of Black History Month, a black man is the first person to get 300,000 subs. So I want to give a shout out to Kai Cenat.
Yeah, 300,000 concurrent subs, bro. That is nasty. That's $1 million month, bro.
That is $1 million month. On the last day of Black History Month, breaking records, breaking Ludwig's record, which shout out to him. He was very...
Shout out to Ludwig for telling Twitch the truth. Like, if YouTube makes a power play for Kai and they offer him that crazy bag that I know Twitch isn't willing to offer creators, it could be a bad look.
Yeah, and then you already know they already lost Aiden, even though I don't think they like Aiden, so I don't think he...
I was going to say, I don't know if they really count Aiden as a loss.
I don't think they like him. I think they like Kai though, so that's a different...
Okay, on the whole Aiden thing, I know we were here, we're talking about Kai and everything, but on the Aiden tip, bro, how do we feel about Trainwreck saying that he gave Aiden one-time special treatment and DMCA claims are a thing? This went from no TOS to these rules are looking pretty regular and standardized as we're going forward.
Because you have to, or you don't get money.
But I'm saying that, don't you feel like that sort of takes away some of the... I mean, sure, the revenue split of 80-20 or 90-10, whatever the
95-5.
Is it 95-5? Whatever the revenue split is in there is freaking at best, if we're going to be honest about it. Depending on how much they're paying, how long we think this is sustainable. Because what if they just blow the wad paying big creators and there's no like real server upkeep? Or if this thing ever really blows up, are the servers equipped to handle the kind of traffic that even Twitch has? I was going to say YouTube, but YouTube, that's a completely different combo. But
YouTube is so established; they make so much.
But when you got to think, when you're a Google-owned company, like amazing servers are sort of a given, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, and plus, I don't think they have the search engine automatically, so they don't have to like.
There's not a whole bunch of second and third party software that has to be used.
Yeah. Twitch, unfortunately, is always in the red because live streaming a million people with no views is costs a lot of money.
How do you think it's going to go as we're creeping ever closer? This is Casual Conversations, folks. So this show will go a million different directions. But while we're here in the Twitch zone, how do you think it's going to feel now that we're closing in on that year where they said they were going to put the incentive cap on the subs, so the streamers would have to use the ads more when they're taking away the 70-30 split and going to 60-40 and $100,000 cap on a month and shit like that? How many, now that we're ever closer and approaching the June or July deadline, whenever they gave for this change to take place, what do you think we're going to see a bunch of people jump ship?
Could. The best bet would probably be YouTube. Kick, I want Kick to succeed. I'm gonna be honest with you, I really do. It just financially doesn't make sense for it to not be much of a let's get as many people addicted to gambling as possible, and
Yeah.
then yep, because 95-5 splits is like an insane amount. Like just imagine if Kai got on that 200, 300,000 subs on Kick. Kick didn't make no money. And then do you think with some dude, Aiden, advertising that he's gonna do porn and whatnot? Porn. I said porn, not what a show.
Porn. You
Yeah.
just say it with the C. Joe's not here to mess us up.
You say it like that, and then all of a sudden advertisers like, no, we don't need that. And
Yeah.
then he
But
keep
no, I was thinking more along the lines, do you think people are going to jump ship on Twitch once this whole 60-40 no longer 70-30, even though 70-30 was only reserved for that top 1% of creators? They're saying they're taking it away across the board. It's going to be 60-40 with $100,000 cap on a month, which, if we're being honest, could limit a lot of the
big
big
number. That's not
money.
a big number. It's not really a big number. Most of the people they want got a contract, or hopefully Kai and the AMP boys get a contract, and most other people are really.
No, but I feel like this is alienating the top 1% of their platform, though, because
but most of them got a contract outside
all your regular base streamers, they're used to the 60-40 split. You only get 70-30 if you're in the upper 1%. Your Hassans, Ms. Kips, probably Kai's. There's no way you're telling me Kai's not getting 70-30 split. I refuse to believe that.
No, I think he's getting 50 because he's new. He got new to they stopped doing the partner 70-30 about 4 years ago. In about 2018. My friend Pink, my little sis, shout out to her, Pink Sakura, got what's her name, and she did not get that.
But I'm saying it wasn't a big group of people that were getting it. Like I said, it was your Hassans, your Mizkips, these motherfuckers.
But they all got contracts with Twitch, so
yeah. But
they don't care even after this because they got contract deal.
But I was just I don't know.
Then Ninjala too. Ninjala got.
You don't think that freaking?
You gotta remember if I was in the top 15% when I streamed in 2018 because I had 15 viewers average.
No, but we're talking about the top 1% currently. 2022 to 2023, these niggas are making millions of dollars a month. Like we just said with Kai. Kai, without the 70-30 split, just on the straight revenue, taking the splits out of it, he's about to do $1 million month. Black History Month was $1 million month for Kai Cenat. You know what I mean?
But I'm pretty sure 1.8 million.
Well, and that's kind of then the 60-40 will be good for him.
So they stopped it. They stopped it about 2 or 3 years ago. He wasn't even on Twitch when they stopped it.
Well, I only say this because you saw all the people when they made the announcement, which was last year, the middle of 2022. I mean, all of the people you thought had 70-30 splits had 70-30 splits. Hassan, Mizkip, basically OTV, OTK, 100 Thieves, fucking all of these really big orgs, and then of course Hassan, Will,
you say that. Which one of them is even hinted at leaving? Most of them even diss kick and make fun of YouTube.
No. But
Ludwig already left.
Yeah, but I'm
saying offline TV group.
Listen. What I'm saying is, do the YouTube contracts that they shop around, do they start to look more attractive once they take away the 70-30 split from their top 1%? Do the YouTube contracts look more appealing now after this?
I'm pretty sure YouTube might not even sign.
I don't know, man. YouTube
is they go after a specific group that they want.
Yeah, but event oriented regime come in though. Even though I know the new guy that's
NFT guy,
that's taking Susan's place. But I think Ludwig had the best take on it. Like if you liked what YouTube did, you're probably gonna get more of the same. If you didn't like what they did, then it's gonna be more of the same. But I just wonder because there's certain like creators that they have to want to lock down because they wouldn't have freaking locked down all these other creators if they didn't care. You know what I mean? Would you have given Ludwig a contract? And now Ludwig's the biggest live streamer on YouTube.
That's an event based deal.
Yeah, was it?
Ludwig is big on event style.
Yeah,
Myth is an
but I'm
event
saying
style.
I'm saying the contract was an exclusivity deal, was it not? Like that nigga
Yeah,
can't stream nowhere but YouTube.
Yeah, but YouTube cares about event style content.
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
Like I want to know
with any
what
huge
gamer,
following,
what peer gamer did YouTube sign?
Well, Sykkuno. No, I don't. Do you count? I don't really count Sykkuno as an event guy.
But he does all the events with Valkyrie and Lily
Yeah,
Pichu.
but I'm saying I don't see him as an event organizer. He's more of an event attender. But I don't see him as one
they
of
like
these.
that. Myth is a method of event attender too, and they like people that attend the event.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that I was just wondering if they did.
Dr. Lupo is a charity person,
Because I
so
mean,
they
all we
love
can
that.
do is wait and see. You know what I mean? But I'm saying once that change comes in and they start telling these YouTubers that are making hundreds of $1,000s a month in their subs, plus how long have they been talking about taking away Amazon Prime, the whole Prime sub thing?
Oh, once they do that might be it. Now you tell me they do that might shift.
Well, that's what they say they're doing. Along with that, but you got to think that's what all.
Well,
came
they
in
ain't,
with this
they
whole,
ain't said that. That's speculation.
That's exactly what they said in the freaking rollout for the whole 60, 40, $100,000 cap. That all went in there because I only remember because that's when I heard. That's the first time I heard about it. Was when I was hearing about that. Was them taking away the Prime. That was the first time that I had heard about it. Was the middle of last year when they were talking about how come summer this year they were going to put a cap on it and all that. But I'm saying if you're making $200,000 or $300,000 a month in subs, and then all of a sudden they tell you even if you get more subs than that, you can still only make the fucking 100. You can make no more than 100,000 off the subs. Doesn't that sort of dead the reason to do subathons and shit, kinda?
I don't see anything about Amazon. Even though I am thinking they're gonna do it, but once they do that, that's gonna change. People would have been left already. People would have left already if they wouldn't do if they getting that.
I'm just saying that
even my group, even in my friend group,
if YouTube does decide that there are some bigger streamers on Twitch that they think they could get the whole pull a Ludwig exclusivity thing, I just can't help but feel like they might be a little more tempted if freaking all of a sudden they're like, you can only make $100,000 off of subs, and freaking we want you to push more and more ads. And I'm just wondering if Twitch is sort of slowly imploding and we're just sort of watching.
I don't know if YouTube's gonna fight hard for random people outside of event style.
But well, I'm saying
they don't like when you say the Twitch Prime thing. If they get rid of Twitch, I think people would just move over anyway without.
But what happens?
But
how many key players does how many key players does Twitch have left that freaking they could actually afford to lose if YouTube did go on a random spree of trying to sign niggas to exclusivity deals?
I think they're making bets right now. I think the whole Aiden Ross thing saying, I bet you Kick won't be around in a year, and I ban you permanently.
Because is Aiden Ross
make a point that your career is over.
Banned on YouTube too?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, see,
but the thing is, I'm gonna make this bet that once you go to Kick, I'm gonna ban you permanently, and your career done.
But so we'll have to see if it's actually done, though.
Yeah, I think they're making that bet, and I think that's why they did the permanent ban after. So that's a very interesting thing. But we got to see. I don't. Like I said, Bruce, I don't know.
Did they officially ban Bruce again?
Yes, I heard everyone say he's banned
again because he just got unbanned a couple days ago.
I ain't gonna lie. The second one.
Did you see the picture I dropped in the group chat? Did you see the picture I dropped in the group chat? That
I saw the stream. I saw the whole thing.
Yeah, bruh. That shit. I feel bad for Bruce.
I'm like, my man on a rampage against
now he couldn't even go. That's why he didn't make it to the subathon because he was supposed to pop up. But if he'd have popped up at Kai's after ban, you know how they get him on ban evasion like they did last time.
Yeah. But shout out to Kick. I hope it works. I financially don't see it possible unless you convince a lot of small streamers.
It depends on how much money Stake's willing to burn in all of this, though. I feel like
you know how much Twitch burns in stream.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said it all depends on how much Stake wants to burn on
Amazon
all of it.
burn. Amazon makes more money than state. So
Yeah, but Amazon's got a
uh,
perpetual money machine.
and Amazon gets very mad at Twitch for like, why are you burning so much off revenue, dog?
Which is stupid because it's not even touching their bottom line, really. Even the money they're losing on Amazon is not like some crazy deficit in their fucking bottom line.
It's the same thing with Disney Plus, and everybody like Disney Plus lost 2.4 million. I'm gonna go over this.
Disney don't give a fuck about that $2.4 billion, which is crazy to say. But
they lost 2.4 million subscribers.
Oh,
And I seen the thing that everybody's saying woke go broke. Bro, they haven't put out a new show in 5 months. That's why they lost all them subscribers.
I was about to say they put a grind to the. I mean, we just saw what the Mandalorian's about to start back up. So
yeah. She-Hulk ended in what? No, early November. They haven't had a new show since March. Of course, people are gonna start leaving the service. There's nothing on it. They only put out like National Geographic videos. Yeah. That's the only.
And we already watched all the shit on there that we wanted to see. You know what I mean? All the nostalgia shit's already ran its course. So
when y'all like, oh, they going broke because they went woke. It's no, they didn't put out content.
Disney can't go broke though. That's the thing. What are Disney's never going broke.
So are you talking to a bunch of people that want to just make a point that if you go woke, go broke, even though if it don't make sense?
Yeah, but the companies they're talking about will never go broke. They can waste $1 billion a day and never go broke.
Tori, they don't care about that. they try to make
the kind of shit. If you don't have that, man,
Tori, they need
to logistics at the end of the day. But god damn,
Tori, I saw Night Talk. Shout out to him. I love Night Talk, but sometimes he just say this crazy stuff. He said go woke, bro. I'm like, bro, they haven't put out a new show in 6 months. Of course, they gonna lose.
Of course, people are gonna freaking start unsubscribing. Why are you paying for something if you're not getting any new content?
That's what I'm saying. So of course they're gonna do that. By the way, it doesn't affect Disney. And by the way, I'm not going. You're not going
at all.
I'm gonna get into this later on another show on another channel. But yeah, y'all believe Ron DeSantis doing something? He's just doing something for complete show, and it's just a show, and it's actually kind of stupid. But let's get into some of the other topics, Tori, because we can talk about this all day.
Yeah, I want to lay on you my theory about Jake Paul here. We'll talk Jake Paul, Tommy Fury real quick. So, you saw the fight, correct?
I saw the end of it. I didn't see the beginning.
Okay. And I was watching Flagrant earlier today. Shout out to Andrew Schultz. They had Charlamagne on. It was like a Brilliant Idiots Flagrant mashup. Really cool vibe. But he said something that made sense to me. What if it was a good thing that Jake Paul lost to Tommy Fury here? Because think, if he would have beat Tommy Fury, there would be no more going back to just trying to fight weak ass celebrities or anything. You know what I mean? There'd be no more easy cash fights. Like if he'd have beat Tommy Fury, all right, we actually want to see you fight a legitimate welterweight now. Fight somebody that's ranked. Fight somebody that's done this. You know what I mean? Where he's been making, but exactly. But where he's been making the money has been these celebrity fights, these retired UFC fighters fighting. All respect to Anderson Silva, one of the greatest mixed martial artists ever. I cried when he lost to Chris Weidman when his leg broke. My hero went down. It was a bad time. Also lost like $300. Bad time. But what I'm saying is, with him losing to Tommy Fury, because if he'd have beat him, all of these big money celebrity opponents like KSI, do you think KSI, if he'd have beat Tommy Fury, would KSI still be like, oh, I'm ready to get this fight in? Would any celebrity still be willing to get in the ring if he'd have won this fight? But since he lost it, it maybe gives them the idea, hey, maybe I can get in there and get it off. So now he gets a whole bunch more. Because think, if he'd have won, he's fighting tougher opponents for less money. He lost, so now maybe he gets in there. The KSI fight finally happens. That's a big money fight. That's bigger money than almost any boxer freaking would ever see fight. But was that the play kind of? Was he thinking, hey, at least if I lose this, I can still take these big money easy fights? Because I want to give him.
I don't think he won. I don't. I don't think he tried to lose on purpose.
No, I wasn't saying that at all.
Oh no, I'm just saying I don't think he win the fight thinking he was gonna lose, but it might end up a good thing for him. So I can agree with that though.
But
I think it might have
because
worked out better
I
for him.
wanted to give them props on that fight because him and Tommy Fury are they're both novices. Neither one of them is Tommy Fury. I mean, he's Tyson Fury's little brother. Freaking, he eats, slept, and breathed boxing his whole life.
I'm very hard on Tommy Fury, by the way. If y'all
I know you were, but I'm glad you thought about it and actually saw that you were being extra hard on him. But I like to acknowledge that this was a fight between two novices, and when you remember that, this was two highly skilled novices because I watched the fight back after the first time. And you can watch as they make adjustments through the rounds. Like when Jake finally realized that Tommy Fury, because he's got them crazy ass, I don't know what Big Papa John Fury's got in the baby batter, but his kids just have stupid reach for their bodies. Like even though they're both tall as fuck, Tyson and Tommy, I don't think Tommy's anywhere near as tall as Tyson, but they both got that ridiculous length. And I sort of wonder because I don't know why. They had it in an 18-foot ring instead of a regulation like 20-foot ring or 22-foot ring. And I guess they said it was a Tommy stipulation. But if he wanted why did he work the jab so much instead of fighting on the inside like you would have thought that's the point in the smaller ring? But, yeah, I just think it could work out really well for Jake Paul, this loss. And, I mean, I'd be interested in seeing him and Tommy fight again, maybe after a couple more fights, like KSI. I want to see Jake Paul fight KSI. Have him fight KSI, maybe some other guy, maybe Tommy fight somebody else, and then have the niggas reconvene end of the year, start a winner. Let me see the rematch then. But I think he might have just been the loss might have been a blessing in disguise because he still looked good in that fight. Like. And I saw a lot of people trash talking it, but I also saw a lot of people that actually do know boxing were like, yo, like, no, these niggas were actually boxing. Like, there's not too many boxers that aren't high caliber boxers that you see switch that style the way they did in the ring. Do they need to work on their cardio? Yes, but I'm not in there trying to fight for 8 rounds. So who am I to say anything? But I just think I wanted to put some respect on it because they both did a hell of a whole lot better than I thought they would.
Shout out to them. That fight was it? They were, but I put Jake at high amateur level, but he might be low pro tier level. So shout out to him.
And I saw freaking Tommy Fury. I mean, not Tommy Fury. I saw Tyson Fury talk to Deontay Wilder. I don't think that fight's gonna happen again. I don't think Deontay. But it was kind of funny because he was talking to the reporter. Casual conversations, folks. So we'll go off the rails. But he was talking. Deontay was talking to the reporter, and then out of nowhere, they were talking about him making it. And he was like, "Oh, soon, I'm gonna come back to the ring. Da, 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 da. You know, I'm different. I'm gonna be knocking boys out." And then Tyson comes out of nowhere, and he's like, "The bomber!" And he just all smiled and shit. And Deontay Wilder looked so uncomfortable for that second when he first saw it was Tyson, and then he smiled and just kept it moving. But I don't think we need to run that fight back a third time because I don't want to doubt Deontay Wilder, but bruh, he's not beating Tyson Fury, bruh. I think I'm cutting in and out. Oh,
hey,
Joseph.
hey, we got beat up today.
I don't think anyone's been beat up yet.
No, I was listening to the Deontay thing.
Oh yeah, Deontay. If you see the video in question, bro, I'm not saying I think Deontay wants another fight with Tyson Fury because I don't believe that. Tyson put the bruh. We saw them fights, bruh. And I mean, Deontay Wilder is an amazing boxer, one of the best in the world, but Tyson Fury is quite honestly probably the best heavyweight boxer we've ever seen. I mean, if I'm just being honest, but did you see Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury, Joe?
I did watch the highlights of it. Twitter always take good care of us.
Most definitely.
I think my thing was 30 mil, man.
Yeah. And I mean, that's
He didn't get knocked out. He didn't get knocked out.
no. They both and I was saying if he'd have won this fight, bruh, there's no going back to fighting washed UFC fighters and celebrities. You have to fight somebody.
Can y'all hear me? Am I normal?
Yeah,
Am I normal again?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Now you're back regular.
Yeah, I was
You were
going
cutting
out
out there for a second.
Yeah.
But no, I was just saying, since he lost this fight, now the KSI fight looks a lot more promising. If they do that shit in London, he could probably he'd rake in more money than when he fought Tommy Fury. But I'm saying if he'd have beat Tommy Fury, that wouldn't have happened. We'd have got they'd been like, he needs to fight somebody ranked now. He needs to fight somebody. It's got to be somebody amazing. I saw Jake Paul try to say that he could beat Canelo. Nigga, you're smoking dicks if you think remotely Jake Paul is going to beat Canelo. Canelo wouldn't even fight Jake Paul. But I think it was a smart.
I don't know. Big enough bag. Canelo doesn't step in the ring.
People ain't gonna watch that fight. They know what's going
on. I was about to say we saw what happened. We saw what happened when Jake came up against somebody that had a slightly better grasp of the basics than he did. And Tommy Fury outboxed Jake and outboxed him at range in an undersized ring. For some, like I said, that's weird. Why did you want an 18-foot ring if you were going to try and fight off your jab the whole fucking fight? That don't make no sense at all. But maybe you chalk that up to his inexperience, or maybe it was something that his dad or his brother told him to do. But I mean, he won the fight in the end, so I can't say that it didn't work. I just thought it was weird, the undersized ring, and then them niggas fought almost exclusively at rings. No inside fighting, no clinch fighting, nothing.
One more time, shout out to Kai Cenat, 300,000 subscribers on Twitch. Oh, that was
$1 million a month, yo.
I think I got something for this.
Let's go.
Last day of Black History Month, 300K is something nobody ever did.
Nope, not even Ludwig.
Shout out to Ludwig. He was very honorable in his.
shout out to Drake saying that Twitch gives Kai 50 mil. That's crazy.
I gotta say, man, that up till 1:00 p.m. a.m. Eastern Standard Time Twitter is kind of lit.
Joe,
I stayed up and I was seeing all type of stuff. Stuff on Twitter that made me like go and
search out the content. Yeah, man. I try to tell you it's different, bro. You be on Twitter in the morning when regular people, us degenerates, don't really start tweeting until after fucking 11.
Y'all don't wake up till 11.
See, I thought that like, I would be the first one to catch all the crazy shit that happens at 3:00, 4:00 in the morning, because that's when the LA niggas get up and so I'm sitting there thinking like,
well, they're 4 hours. 4 hours behind us, 4 hours ahead of us.
3 hours.
Well, 2 hours behind me.
Yep, is you Central, and then they Pacific. So yeah. But it's lit. Like if you be up, man, it's this dude on there. I can't think of his name. He says the wildest tweets, man. Zai something, but he says like the
have wildest. You seen Fight Twitter? Just Twitter where they upload nothing but crazy fights going on across the world.
Yo, Twitter is everybody would be like, Twitter is the most ultimate free site ever. It's everything on Twitter. Yeah. You can go do whatever you want.
There's corn on Twitter, there's fights on Twitter, there's freaking promotion on Twitter, music, freaking whatever you're looking for, Twitter has it.
People play whole albums on Twitter.
Yeah.
My NXT went out after that. My NXT went out after that first match, which was fire. Frazier versus Wesley was amazing, and it went out. I
don't like Wesley as a single, me personally, but
that match was amazing. And that final match between Bate and Carmelo was amazing. We'll talk about that on Friday. But I caught the whole NXT off Twitter because my TV went out after that match.
Damn. I caught the whole GG promo. NXT, so
yeah. Let's get into the title stuff. We had 30 minutes. Let's do it at 30 minutes exactly, so I can put it at the bottom. There we go. Michael B. Jordan found one of his ex. He found one of his ex-classmate from high school. She had something to say about him on an interview, talking about he was the corny dude, the lame dude.
Yeah, because she's got her own podcast, which is actually, I'm pretty sure it was L'Oreal, wasn't it? That was that the classmate? Yeah. Okay, so she's the one that's got a podcast with Charlemagne the God's bodyguard, Wax, called Bully and the Beast. And I mean, she is the bully, so I mean, it was on brand for her. I'm not surprised she was giving Michael B. Jordan shit in high school. I mean, she's a bully. But you can't tell me it wasn't hilarious. Just him owning her right then and there.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, you can't diss me and then call me the sexiest man alive.
Yeah. But two things can be true. Nigga can be corny and sexy.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what
I've been that guy at a point in my life.
Joe, hey, thank goodness Joe said it because I low-key I was like, look at Joe. Joe can be corny. He can be sexy. Go, Joe.
Yeah.
Nigga with his wide brim Pharrell hat on. Out there hit the pose with the leather jacket. Something like.
And the crazy part is, it's demon time.
Demons on pussy.
It's demon time. Demon home pussy. Facts. No, I actually decided. I made a life change now.
Oh.
I've decided that, oh my God, and I'm gonna do a monologue later on tonight, but I have decided that I'm not gonna play the nice guy no more when it comes to just be like when I'm
hit the round of applause for yourself.
I'll press the button.
She's so late. It didn't even come on. That's crazy. Put the picture back up.
I got to turn the effect value.
Look at that. That's what we know you stole.
There we go. No more Mr. Nice Uniqo.
It's not. No, because so here's it's honesty hour, right?
Let's go. Demons home pussy.
So when I'm not with a girl, like stuff comes and goes. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I ain't. But when I'm with a female, I'm like the nicest. I'm a nice guy. If I have a girlfriend, I'm a nice guy. I don't cheat. I don't, I'm send you flowers and all that stuff. Man, fuck that shit. Period. Period. I ain't on that no more.
Welcome to the scumbag side of the force.
Well, this is why. Because they take that stuff for granted and it becomes boring to them. I think they would like if I just acted like, okay, you my girl.
I told you, Tar. Joe going red pill.
Listen, bro. From now on,
you ever watch that Andrew Tate documentary, Joe? I think you can learn a lot from it now at this point. Go ahead.
I probably, you know what? I'll fall asleep to it tonight. Then
I'm gonna introduce you some of them dudes over there that be yelling.
Just go to Vice. It's probably the most watched doc they've had in the last couple of years.
But the difference is, though, I'm not an incel. Like I'm actually somebody that can get females. You know what I'm saying?
All of them are incels. Some of them just Donovan Sharp and got some old lady that they be laying on.
So all I'm saying is this: where I'm going is, we can have a title of boyfriend girlfriend, but you're gonna have to pretend that we just talking. Period. I'm sorry. That's where I'm at now. Like, man, damn.
Let's go.
I used to didn't read the DMs of girls that hit me up while I was in a relationship. No, I'm reading them.
Hey, I'm
not reading DMs because of a relationship is crazy. That's a different.
I'm gonna be honest to y'all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, ladies. Y'all are scumbags. I promise you, every time I got in a relationship, I got the most DMs from girls that me and them just casually talk about. I really like you, right? And I'm like, what the?
That was my downfall to my relationship, yo.
I'm like, y'all are
like they don't want to fuck with you till you're in a relationship, and then you fall for it, and then you just fucking bitches and you get caught up, and then you're the bad guy.
But that's what the ladies want. They want like, man, when they feel like, oh, I got him. He ain't, he ain't cheating on me now. He really cares about me. So I need to start just kind of pushing. So what we're gonna do is, it's gonna be
Joe
that.
I
want you to fall.
Yeah, Joe's red pill art is gonna be fire. I'm gonna get a whole light novel out of the fan fiction from this.
Oh, this is a side story. This is a side story.
Twice a light novel, Joe.
Tori, Joe got the freedom speech already down.
Yeah. Yep.
He already got that down.
You gotta watch it though, because do we want Ultra MAGA Uniqo? Ultra MAGA Uniqo could be crazy.
I'll never do that in front of y'all. Like on the same show as y'all. I'll never do it.
I appreciate that.
So if you start talking about I gotta get them young, I promise you, man, you gonna have to have a conversation.
How'd y'all feel about the nigga who made Dilbert coming out and saying? Did y'all see the clip of the dude who made Dilbert saying that black people were a hate group and the best thing for white people was to get the hell away from black people?
Man, just go read Dilbert and understand that he probably did.
But see, people clipped it because at the beginning of this conversation, he starts it out with, I identified as a black person for a long time.
What?
But after this poll, I am re-identifying as a white person because after seeing this poll, black people are a hate group and I can't be a part of a hate group.
He said I identify
He started off as identifying as black. Like I said, everyone just clipped I was like, y'all left out the craziest part of this was that he started this off identifying as a black man and then re-identifying as white. And then he said but this was all the same conversation, but they only clipped out the part where he was like, white people should get the hell away from black people.
See, when a man go around identifying black and he ain't black, it gets real weird because they start.
But I wonder how long, because he's an old dude. How long has he been? What if he was what if he was down when the riots were happening? Like he was marching in the civil rights.
You think Dilbert is marching? You think Dilbert is marching?
I'm just saying. It depends on when he started identifying as a black person. Is what I'm saying.
I don't.
Hey, Tori, when you think we're gonna ever get Joe hating black women art?
That'd be a fire arc.
I'm telling you, Joe, that's the black manosphere. I'm telling you, you keep down.
Once you start consistently knocking down white women,
start drinking. That's the dumbest shot. She gotta obey me.
See me sitting here drinking this latte, nigga. I'm sipping coffee through a straw. The fuck is wrong with me?
See, the first bit of the red pill is just natural, good, manly stuff, and then you keep taking the pill, and then you go a little bit off the rail.
Hey, but if that's how, if Joe's, what if Joe's red pill arc's how we blow? Yo?
Joe, you better not be in Africa with no money begging people on Instagram.
Joe's Dave Chappelle arc could be different. He just leaves. This nigga goes to Africa for 7 years, comes back with a random stand-up special. Ain't never done stand-up before. we get a nostalgia pop out of the reunion episode.
I had got up here talking about I couldn't leave Africa because nobody sent me money through my cash app.
Joe's not going to be the passport dude. Don't do that thing. But Joe going to Africa to buy hookers like that nigga went to goddamn Mexico to go to Mexico to buy hookers and then get stranded is a wild story.
They making news now. The Passport Bros said we gonna get together. We gonna be mainstream, and they literally got it done in the most embarrassing
hopefully
way.
Now that they're going mainstream, they make a Passport Bro trust fund so them niggas can not get caught down bad in different countries.
Joker got robbed, dog, and then like, yo, I didn't know these people in Africa were like this. They robbed me for my stuff. Like, bro, they rob you everywhere. Do you think robbing is just an American thing?
Oh,
I'm like, bro.
That would be hilarious. Joe getting robbed in Africa is hilarious to me for some reason.
So no, actually, what's going to happening is I'm going to end up.
I would say you better tuck your chains in the savannah.
Man, I'm not even about to get into these chains. I'll be listen. I'm gonna tell you like this. I feel like I'm just gonna be the dude that like y'all watch Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Y'all watched the episode where
Shout to High on Life.
Remember when? Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to play it. I didn't know it was gonna be PC only, but
yeah, or Xbox.
You got your internet good? You got a laptop? You can just play on gamepad. PC gamepad.
That might be worth it, but that might be worth it. I might do
cloud, and they play good on cloud too. By the way,
it does. It looks fun, and like I mean. I don't know that you don't want to get canceled. Justin Roiland mired in controversy. Not so much as good old JK.
But they fired him, so they.
I beat Hogwarts Legacy. Y'all know what it is.
Turn up. And,
what you saying, Joe?
Actually, now that just deviated into a couple of different things. So that's
it's casual conversations. They can go anywhere.
So first of all, just to kill this whole Africa thing and then go into the next points. I just feel like on the episode where we found out that Beth was like had her own Bethland that Rick made for, and like I actually come like when y'all find me again, I'm actually like the king of some part of Africa. Like they're just like this nigga is the best.
Is Joe trying to give us his Black Panther arc nonchalantly? He's like, I find some culture of black people. They're highly technologically advanced, very prideful, got some problems with some underwater Latino fellows. They didn't have a king by some unfortunate circumstances that came in.
This is a real plot, y'all, so don't think my guy's being racist. This is a real plot.
Okay, that's the plot of Black Panther. What kind of film?
I was gonna say, I was just giving them the plot of what I was gonna say. Y'all saw the movie just as well as I did.
Spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
Afro Common, he's at it again, being a scumbag. Like, no, this happened.
No, I was gonna say, we all watched it.
They got beat. All the people got beat up until Joe showed up. That's how happened.
Yeah, I was
Joe squared the leader.
Saved everybody.
Cause Joe a good dude. He said he was gonna be a bad guy, but he ended up being a good dude and not ending the king's life.
I'm gonna fall in love with one of the African women over there, but I have to show her who's boss first. And so I have to get with the warring factions like Queen or something, or like
Red Hill Joe is crazy,
but like the of age princess and not their of age. But like I'm going straight up. This news gonna get back to America status, so I'm going up
you
age.
Shouldn't even say, okay, I was gonna say you shouldn't even mention that age or anything. You could have just went there and found the princess, bro.
No, I'm not going to sit here and tiptoe around the red pill. We're going to go ahead and make sure that the elephant's out of the room. Hey, we're still
his red pill. He do have to clarify that he don't like that part of red pill tour.
If Joe's war, if Joe opens a Hustlers University,
Joe, do it. Make a Discord.
Uniqo University coming soon.
I'm gonna teach you incels how to be men.
Yeah,
Aiden Ross.
Teach y'all how to get bitches.
Invite Aiden Ross.
Man,
he got freedom of speech in here.
You want to catch that bane evasion with him?
On Discord.
Oh,
if Aiden Ross ever met me and we hung out, he would be like, "Wow,
he'd try.
He's so cool."
He'd sexually proposition you.
Me. I'm like, bro, what would Aiden Ross be without catching people on 2K during COVID when nobody had nothing to do? Come on, he'd just be a kid that probably would be looking up to me.
Well, I don't know. You gotta remember, he got in good with FaZe Banks, Balding Banks. Shout out to him. And
he got in good with a lot of people.
Mike Malak. Because
2020 was a good year for him.
Zeus and B-Lou. I mean,
then he ended up when they kind of stopped doing stuff. He got with Kai.
You got to remember, Aiden popped off by saying gay shit to rappers. Like that's where the real big blow up came from. I almost said blow off, but I was like, maybe that's too deep.
And then when that dried up, he went to Andrew Tate.
When he stood up for Aiden, bro. How old was Speed? Speed just turned 20 this year.
Yeah. We don't know everybody give me a different age for Speed. I don't know how old Speed is.
Sometimes that nigga's 18, sometimes he's 20. I thought he just turned 18.
Sometimes he's 16 somehow. I'm like, how old is this kid?
Now, when they don't know,
we really find out niggas like 32.
When they was about to jump on, Aiden, the rappers and them, that random ass Louisiana rapper dude that was the backup to the backup rapper, he was like, he was like 16 or 17, like, bro, and he stood up for Aiden. Aiden's like, whoa, that was a pretty.
I mean, that kid sets off fireworks in his own house. Who knows what he'll do to somebody else?
His mama came out. What the? Hey, you knew it was a general. It wasn't even playing. His mama like we ain't because on his stream you never see his mama at all. You never hear her nothing, so you know that wasn't playing. Plus, he kind of blew up the house, so you knew she was mad.
I mean, bruh, he let off fireworks in his fucking bedroom.
What's the nose open? What?
I'd have called a charge if that was my son, because I'd have came in, Spartan kicked that nigga through the window.
What's a rapper, nigga? I blow up my own room with me in it. What's a rapper?
Nigga died from smoke inhalation or some shit.
I don't care.
You see, Wallow said he's about to get Pooh Shiesty about the pen.
Yeah, really? Oh yeah, I forgot we were talking about that. But yeah, how's he gonna do that?
I just want to put this picture up just so they know we talking about the thumbnail, so YouTube don't hate us.
He was talking. Hell, I just saw he was on live and he was talking to his lawyer and shit, and said they were going to talk to judges and state representatives and all kinds of shit. But I honestly thought Pooh Shiesty's time was almost up. I was like, I thought this nigga got out in like a few months. I mean, I'm all for prison reform. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the fact that prison is a profitable enterprise is a problem at the end of the day. And I'm sure Michael B. Jordan and L'Oreal would agree. But
yo, I'm like, we cannot talk about this.
We cannot be mad about Michael B. Jordan owning somebody. It was a fire moment. I'm here for it. I hope he owns more people. Shout out to him. And stop giving the man shit over his preference. If he wants to pipe down white women, let him pipe down white women. God damn.
Listen, ain't nothing wrong with being corny. Elon Musk the most corny man in the world, and he just became the richest man in the world again after Tesla stock.
Yep. I was gonna say that nigga made $100 million, $200 billion bounce back. That's wild.
Oh, buy Twitter again. Nothing changed about Twitter other than he was like, nigga, here's some shit.
No, it got worse. Twitter kind of got worse.
Why did you say that?
It lags so much, bro. Twitter goes off every night.
Damn.
For me, and I get mad.
My Twitter be working fine. We know how much time I spend on Twitter.
Do y'all be on desktop or mobile? Because I be on mobile and it go off. Desktop work fine.
I be on
mobile. My desktop be good, bro. I don't know what be going on. Maybe he just don't like the South. Maybe like, yo, the South, and then we all in there go. Cause all my friends be the same way.
Y'all gotta get that. What's his internet service? I forgot what it was called, like Comlink or.
Like all my friends in Atlanta and Houston be like, oh, our service on Twitter went out. And then everybody in Northeast like, we fine. I'm like, what?
I've never had a Twitter outage, like ever.
Yeah, me neither. Well,
it don't be out. It just showed me the same crap over and over with no refresh because it just stops loading up for like an hour and then start back.
Interact with some random ass shit sometimes, man. Just stop being.
No, it just don't load. It just don't load. That's the thing. It doesn't show nothing new. It showed me the same thing.
Zelmay, we're out of PC scams for you to do, man.
Hey, you can't call it the PC scam. I got that PC in the other room. They gave it to me. I was scared for a minute though, but I was like, "Oh, this is fake." But it
like, damn, what if they're just gonna swap me for fun now?
Got my address.
They got your address. They got your address. It's done on the. But back to Michael B. Jordan owning L'Oreal. Your thoughts, gentlemen. I told y'all what I thought about it.
You ain't got to talk about it. I just want to do it for the. I just need to do it because.
Well, no, I feel like it's a more visual cue for the audience. Once they see it, it's sort of like
the dark side of his face. Like, I remember this shit. Like his Renegon was like reawakened when he saw her.
Oh yeah,
that was amazing. Or what's Naruto's thing? No, Karma. That was the Karma that came out.
Listen, this nigga been watching Boruto. Read it. Don't watch it. Read it.
Of course, we read it.
But man, I do want to say this. I do want to say this about that situation. Remember, things you say will always come back to you. So just be careful. When the girl you mistreated that got fined from high school, and then you like, hey, God, you got. By the way, I will say this: a lot of the like normal looking girls got bad from high school after they got it. Like they hit about 22, and then like the prettiest girls got like they start doing drugs and stuff. Got like 3 babies, and then it's just looking like, oh, it's not the same. Shout out to both of y'all though, cause y'all got a whole family. I appreciate y'all being good mothers, hopefully. And shout out to you, the girl that couldn't get pregnant because nobody wanted you. You got fine because you got motivated. Shout out to you too.
Shout out to the girls that weren't fine ever, and they have like 3 or 4 kids now.
I'm a misogynist.
They might be fine. That was a random statement.
No,
that's you. I'm not torn tonight. You know what about all of
you
this?
Guys were sitting there. You guys were sitting there bigging up women. I had to make sure that I cut in with some substance.
Joe, like, no. I'm like, I'm not telling you, Joe. He just randomly in our conversation shout out women like, I'm a misogynist. What?
Yes. I mean, since y'all want to shout out women and all.
I was gonna say I needed to balance it a little bit. My bad.
That's that face where you just slick. You ain't a misogynist. You a nice guy, but you just go misogynist for 30 seconds.
He knew he was finna get the low key flame off on her. He was like, "Let me give you this light fatality real quick."
And then she got the nerve to lie and be like, "That wasn't me." Yeah. You did it on a podcast.
Come on, but it was probably her back in school too. Come on.
But I'm saying she said it on the podcast too, so it ain't like she could just lie and just be like, "I didn't say that to him in high school."
Joe Budden is not. I understand.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I understand the whole Joe Budden saying shit, but Joe, when you got that many DV charges, you don't get to be like, "Oh, this nigga's treating women wrong."
Allegedly, because I can't be like
not allegedly, because Joe Budden's been charged and convicted for these said things. This is public.
Did he get convicted? Did he get convicted? Yeah. Just in case he didn't. If he did, you did it. If you didn't, no, I ain't said that.
He definitely did. But that
I'm just saying, not responsible for what.
Yeah. But no, I'm just saying. I thought Joe Budden's a podcaster just like us. But there's certain topics maybe you should like. If you know the internet's gonna be like, why are you saying something? You know what I mean? That's like if OJ tries to come out and say something about a goddamn murder investigation. You know what I mean?
Hey, shout out to Joe. He finally got him a black woman instead of one of them like Dominican women that just like don't talk.
This nigga still talks about his own murder conviction. Let alone everybody else. I mean,
shout out to Pete Davidson and Ice Spice.
But if OJ came out and there was some high profile trial and OJ comes out and he's like, "Oh, I know that guy did it, and he's gonna get away with it, and that's a total miscarriage of justice."
Okay, I'm with you.
You see what I'm saying? If OJ came out and gave us that spiel, we're like, "Nigga, come on now." So Joe Budden being like, "I can't believe you treated a woman that way, nigga. We saw your mugshot, bro. We watched you chase down kids high on whatever with a rock in your hand.
You ran down escalators the wrong way,
trying to get it, nigga."
I actually don't think that was Joe Budden, but it did look like him. It looked like Joe Budden.
At this point, you can't even tell me to step up my game without me thinking about that. So, like, no.
Yeah.
Yo, y'all do know.
I'll be having to make sure I put the button on the end because I don't want to malign my co-host.
We appreciate it. I catch it, and I'm just like very appreciative of it. Yes, thank you.
I'm like Joe Budden here. My nigga, Uniqo's not out here, goddamn, putting the campaign to bitches. He's too nice for that.
You know, he made a song about jacking off, and it was popular.
Pump it up. Because we thought that he was talking about.
He also made it to where Lil B got off the sickest diss track ever.
Rasta, who was that exposed
Joe Budden? The button.
Was it Rasta? Huh? Was it Rasta 59? They said, "Yo, we had to tell him to take out part of the track because it was like, oh, this is obvious that you talking about." And also, you had to take this.
I don't know. I don't be hearing about Russ anymore. But yeah,
we talking about Joe Budden. But yeah, Michael B. Jordan had every right to.
He had every right to say that.
Because, and what I want to make again, I want to reiterate this one more time. You said it on a podcast. It ain't like you could just be like, "Yo, I didn't say that in high school. He lied." No, you said it on a podcast too.
Yeah.
So that means
we put down on it.
Yeah, so we saw you say it, and she was like, "Oh, you the sexiest man alive. Look at you. Look at y'all together. I want you introduce me to Jonathan Majors because right now all the girls want to get introduced to Jonathan Majors."
I wish we had the clip.
Silver. I'm sorry.
Shout out to Creed. They got a high rating.
Did it?
Yeah, it was 90% Rotten Tomato.
Civil rights era fine. Are y'all?
I feel like Creed. I've heard bad things about it so far. I've heard the plot is kind of stupid.
I didn't watch 1 or 2 because I was like, black guy taking.
I think I've watched 1 and like half of 2.
Well, he's the dude in Rocky's father was like basically.
Well, I know he's Apollo Creed's son, correct?
Yeah, so that's what. That's what this movie is about.
Say, I've seen the original Rockies 1 through 4.
In retrospect, they were kind of bad, but
I don't know. It depends.
Hey, some of them Rockies was a classic.
Rocky 2 was a fucking masterpiece.
That's what I'm saying. Rocky 2 was a classic. I don't know.
Your child
1 and 4, I don't know about 3. I like 3 a lot.
And 20
was that Ivan Drago or was 4 Ivan Drago?
Ivan Drago one was lit. I think 3 was Ivan Drago. Am I getting it wrong?
I don't know.
Then he basically ended Apollo's father and
he killed Apollo Creed in freaking.
Wasn't it 3?
Okay, yeah, it was 3 because people like it less than 2.
Because he retired for 4 and then he came back out of retirement because his son, right? 4 was his son. Yeah, 4 was about his son. I could be wrong. Y'all could correct me in the thing, but I think 4 was about his son who had the addiction that passed away.
Yeah.
So I think that what 4 was about. 3 was about his best friend.
And then once we got to Apollo, and then we actually got to the first Creed, it was his wife died and freaking he trained him because he was Apollo's son and da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah. So shout out to Creed right here, getting back at him. Successful black man.
Man, that nigga gotta be on demon time after Damn Son Iverson is next. He's next. Damn Son Iverson is next. After Meet Michael B. Jordan, Mr. I'm sure he was a superhero at some point. Oh, you know what? She might have watched Fantastic Four and left his ass.
Ooh. But if he's out here shopping for white women, there's a strong market.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, y'all black women, I love y'all, but y'all gotta hold this. Laura Harvey did that man like Future did.
She did him super bad, bro.
He's like, I'm ready to marry you forever. She's like, I'm 21. Sir, I'm 20-some years old.
She's like, I'm still trying to thang it up out there. That ain't going.
Like, this whole thing is fun, but I've been with Future before.
Can y'all imagine? I saw somebody else say this, but can y'all imagine when Lori Harvey decides to write a book?
It's gonna be crazy.
If she writes a book like in the same vein of Steve Harvey, how he had to act like a man, think like a woman, or whatever it was.
Maybe that's the plot.
Maybe black women gonna be toxic for a year. Shout out to them. They're gonna be toxic for a year, though. I know the staff.
Oh man! Oh my God! Yes, Queen.
It's gonna be a toxic time for a year.
How are they gonna? What are they going to do with Michael? What does black female Twitter do when Michael B. Jordan wifes up random white pop star B?
Kick his ass.
I'm be there congratulating him. Shout out to him for finding.
I think they nicer to him than normal because Laura Harvey. They be like, yeah, Laura Harvey Deacon. Because they ain't go in like I thought they were going to. Like Joe Budden seemed like meaner than they did. I thought it was gonna be hell on Twitter, and it was like, no.
And let's think about this. This is the point I want to make too. Let's think about the school that him and that girl went to. That wasn't just no regular ass school. And also, let's not forget this. He had already been in a movie before.
He was on The Wire, which is one of the best shows on TV ever.
Yeah.
The Wire is amazing.
The Wire still holds up to this day. I ended up watching a random couple episodes of The Wire not too long ago. That shit still holds up 20 years later.
What do you mean? Why is he walking around with headshots? You went to the movies to see me, idiot.
But not the movie. He went on TV. Was he in a movie? I know he was on The Wire, which is the only thing he needed to be on ever.
It's classic.
He's a legend.
He wasn't in high school at the time, right?
It was about junior high. He was young.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm saying I'm the dude from The Wire. And
that's what I'm saying. Don't ever question me. I'm on The Wire, dog. I'm living forever.
The Wire is up there with like The Sopranos in the first 4 seasons of Game of Thrones.
That's what I'm saying. I'm on the best show ever, almost. Top 5 shows ever, and you up here talking about why I got a headshot? Because I'm working.
I'm surprised. I'm going to school with you. You calling me? I'm not even supposed to be here. Matter of fact, I'm probably supposed to be the famous Jet Jackson. Rest in peace. But mental health is very real, y'all, man. I don't know what's wrong with the famous Jet Jackson. I don't know how he went there, but I thought he would have been Michael B. Jordan where he's at right now. But I'm just gonna leave it there. And also never forget the famous Jet Jackson as well. But anyway, I shouldn't even be going to school with you. So now you interview your podcaster, all this stuff, but come on, they didn't go to no just regular school, bro. Come on.
I'm pretty sure they went to a night. If he's on the wire, they didn't go to
They went to a
school.
fucking magnet school or some school of the arts. Freaking, come on, bro.
So why she talking like she from the hood? You didn't go here. Like, what's that girl used to be on No Jumper? Yazzie, she knows she went from no hood.
Yeah.
You
unlike Gina Views. Gina Views actually from the hood. Gina Views low-key neighborhood, even though allegedly.
Yazzie didn't gain weight. Yazzie used to
low-key they're saying Yazzie got the BBL. I don't know if that's true or not.
It looked like it.
It does. I was gonna say she got the stang on her, bruh.
But now I'm like,
Academics might hire her back. I don't know what she's doing now, but academics might hire her back.
Adam might hire her back. What you mean?
The Yazzie Plug Talk episode would go stupid viral.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of No Jumper, we got our final topic.
Oh yeah.
When playing too much goes wrong.
Shout out Smacc.
For what y'all don't know, I just forgot their name. Tiny, and what's the name? The DJ for what's his name? There used to be a DJ for Schoolboy Q, which is Smacc's brother. What's his name? What's the DJ name? Mac I can't.
Not Mac Wild. Mac Wild.
No, what's his name? I can't think of their name. They got a podcast.
I don't know the niggas' names or the podcast. I literally only know Smacc.
I know Tiny, his best friend, that always be on there, and then it's Schoolboy Q manager Yella. They would. I know them too. I forget. He's the main one on the show, and I don't know his name. But they play pranks on. They play pranks on people that come in. So they played a prank on Smacc. So Smacc come in the next day.
Like Smacc White, like URL Smacc.
No, Smacc right here. The dude that's getting punched. He's on No Jumper.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's Schoolboy Q's hype man. He's Schoolboy Q's hype man. I don't mean that disrespectfully.
And he like really his cousin though. Like,
yeah, I think they might actually be related. But he's also he's a Hoover nigga at the end of the day. Yeah. But allegedly.
Yeah. But basically they played a prank on him, and they said, "I know you getting that No Jumper money, so you getting big right now." So he came in and got $250 of ones and started throwing them up.
Shout out to Smacc and freaking T-Rail and AD because they just sold out the El Rey for the Fig Community Live show. No Jumper.
That's not a good picture to do that with.
So Smacc, shout out to Smacc. That shit's dope because them niggas just started not too long ago and to already sell out a venue like the El Rey. I think it's 3,000 to 5,000 people, some shit like that. So for a podcast that's barely been live for a year to already sell out the El Rey at this point, shout out to Black Podcast doing it big. Wait till our first live show. That shit'll be crazy.
But yeah,
might not be wearing something sassy.
But he got $250 of ones, and he started throwing them on him. Talking about, y'all want all my money, but y'all can pick them up. Now, Tiny,
I thought that was
Tiny yelled like, "Hey man, that's funny, but you're doing too much." And he kept doing it, and they said, "You're doing too much." And then he kept doing it. He said, "Dudes, don't do it no more." And he did it again. So this happened. Now, so Tiny is the one, his best friend from like grade school. So that's the guy punching him. He immediately apologized after he punched him. He like, "I just flashed out." Because you can actually hear it if you watch the podcast and don't take the clip from No Jumper. Like if you take if you actually watch the podcast, which I do sometimes, he said,
I watched this in its entirety.
Old boy grabbed him. Smacc said, "What are you doing?" And then he said, "My bad." And then they cut the camera off because that's how it ended. Basically, the podcast.
Yeah, but that's so lame because how can you be? You can't dish it if you can't take it, bruh. You look mad. Corny if you're known for pranking niggas,
I'm gonna give him credit because he immediately apologized because I'm just assume he flashed out for a minute.
I think we've all, and Smacc broke it down to this. I've got multiple homies that I've definitely had. We've fought before. We've got down. We've thrown hands, and we're cool right after. Nigga, we can fight and we can go smoke a blunt afterwards. It don't make never mind. So I get that, but. It ain't never like it's just weird because there was some resentment there. I felt like because like how you
if a dude do throw money on you a little bit like you're a stripper, you might flash out.
No, but if you're a hood nigga to be pranking niggas on the regularly. Come on now.
But for dude throw money on you, you might flash out for me. Because
he
did immediately, like in real, like if he came on the next day and said, "I'm sorry," it might be for the look, but he apologized immediately after he swung. So I'm like, okay, so it might have just been a flash moment. It might have been just a flash moment.
That's a problem. That's a problem though, because I know plenty of hood niggas that can hold it down. Like if you're gonna joke, I can't. You're muted, Zell.
Oh, did my mic go out?
Yo, you good?
Now you're back.
Oh, I wasn't talking. I was just saying, I was letting you talk.
Oh, but no. I felt like it was in bad taste. I see how a nigga can get mad, but at the end of the day, when you're in this YouTube space, like it's content at the end of the day. And if you're gonna get, because what if it wouldn't have been? What if he'd have flashed out on like that on a nigga that wasn't his best friend? You know what I mean?
Well, then you gotta fight.
Is it gonna come down to that? I also didn't like him being so much bigger and like Tiny is not a tiny nigga. Cause I mean he outweighs Smacc by a good 100 pounds at least, guaranteed.
Don't be like Flacco talking about he outweigh him by 400. I'm like Flacco, he does not outweigh him by no 400.
That's why I just said 100. He outweighs him by at least 100 pounds. I believe 150 because that nigga looks like he could push 300 pounds probably. Smacc says he weighs 140. So I say Tiny's probably closing in on 100 pounds. And for him to just haul off and fucking knock his best friend that's that much smaller than him, I just think that's a bad look. And maybe you should think about that. If you can't, don't do the pranks if you can't take the pranks.
You know what it is when you're going. You know what it is. You a guest? You know what it is. That's like going on Eric Andre and not expecting nothing to happen to you.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They prank niggas, but then freaking when the dude that they prank comes back and pranks them, you get mad and punch the dude.
Oh no, that's not cool.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Well, that prank was more elaborate than his prank, which is I'm gonna throw.
Yeah, but Smack's not a prank nigga. Smack's a real deal hood nigga. That shit was hilarious to him. Him throwing money on them niggas like they're strippers, and that's funny to me. I think that's degenerate humor.
I just feel like I'd be a little bit more rich that day.
I was going to say, hey, you know what would have been really funny? If the niggas just started picking up that money. It would have been hilarious.
Yella did.
And then like I'm actually keeping it too.
Like, Yella did. He Smacc said Yella get the room. Yella did. He said Yella picked it up.
Go get the dustpan, yo.
I still want to know what old dude in the pink shirt did. He ran off. I don't know what happened to him. I know Yella, the manager picked the money up because he's like, oh, this mine, dog. And then the dude on the other side ran off.
I'd have felt a way that the homeboys didn't jump in to break it up quicker because I felt like they waited for. They could have stopped that nigga. They didn't have to push into the next room and shit. Like,
oh no, you ain't stopping that quick. After you get shot,
you could have tripped that. I'd have tripped Tiny. The way that
if your homeboy punch your other homeboy, you stop for a minute and be like, "What I'm supposed to do?" I know that. I bet, Tori, you ain't just flashing out. It's Tori. Both of these dudes your friend. You don't just flash out. Like, normally you flash out on the first dude that ain't your friend. But if they both your friend, you hesitate. Then you're like, okay, I gotta stop.
When punches get thrown, I just start punching.
Did anybody?
No, what I'm saying, they both your boy, though. It ain't like your boy fighting a stranger.
Both of them.
Did anybody in the room anticipate that?
No. It was complete.
They were joking. He was the only one that flashed out. The rest of them were joking.
Everyone else thought it was hilarious. Like it was. He was the only nigga taking it serious.
Yeah, so they didn't even know he was gonna do it because at first he laughed too. He would joke. He like,
yeah, I was saying, if you watch the whole
then he slowly got mad over time.
I was gonna say, well, you know what it was? That nigga got to thinking about, damn, we're on the internet, Smacc's on the show, so this show's gonna get a whole bunch of views anyways, and now it's just this little nigga throwing money on me. Nigga got his ego got hurt mid.
Yeah, but the rest of them, but that's my point. They probably wouldn't expect your homeboy to punch your homeboy
at all,
and with no anticipating at all. So they probably were stunned that he did it. You're like, bro, why you do that? And then you're like, oh, we got to stop this stuff.
Yeah, because Smacc looked as surprised as that. Because, like I said, it was. I just think.
To be fair, if we show old boy on it, he right here, he's laughing. He's laughing when it happens.
My man's in the channel. My man's in the channel.
Oh yeah, he saw it. Yella.
Yeah, Yella's over. Yella the light skinned dude, so he Yella.
Yeah, he's the dude in the chair.
He got the
Tiny, the best friend that's like the host of podcast. Yeah, he used to be Schoolboy Q DJ. The one in the front, is DJ Q's DJ. The one on the yellow guy is he the one that picked up the money. He is Schoolboy Q. Tiny is their best friend.
Yeah, and then Smacc, the nigga getting punched, is Schoolboy Q's hype man.
Yeah, so that's how they related to Schoolboy Q in that group with TDE. You see Smacc on the stage with Kendrick, so
yeah,
family like that. I don't know how much more.
Which is kind of if you're up on the whole LA gang politics, it's kind of funny to think Kendrick's from Compton, and for him to be so close with niggas like Schoolboy Q who are allegedly from Hoover, like it's just I'm far too into LA street politics.
But him and Nipsey made that song, and he the one that always he the come in peace dude. That was Smacc dude. Yeah. They said Kendrick said it too. I come in peace between
Smack's hilarious though, and I think it's cool to see a nigga like Smacc actually winning though. Because like he can say what they want, but No Jumper was a big deal for Smacc. Getting that consistent income, like I said, now they're selling out the El Rey. Fucking that's good to see random like niggas we see in every hood in America starting to do.
And he don't need no jumper. Fig Immunity a big thing itself now. Fig Immunity can last on his own. That's
back on Fig is good, and like I said, with AD and the whole community,
it's community, baby, community.
No,
it's
like
I know it's community, but I'm just saying, Joe, it's like because it's LA over here. It's cuz.
Joe knows.
Maybe it's for y'all, the audience. Joe, you are the audience to me, so I'm explaining to the white people that might watch.
If the audience ever wants an LA street politics breakdown, let us know in the comment. We can have a whole episode about it.
Joe, you are the audience right now that white people might not know. So you got a nice suit on.
But hold on, let's talk about this real quick before we get off of here. Since we're talking about LA gang culture, the baby.
I'm doing it. I'm done. I'm not sure what they're doing.
Or no, Lil Baby. No, the baby.
No,
yeah,
the baby
wearing orange rags.
Hoover colors.
On Instagram to ask, is this can I wear this in LA? Justin Bieber don't gotta ask to wear a orange rag, bruh.
But it's funny because orange. No one's got more enemies allegedly. No one's got more enemies in LA street beef than Hoovers. It's Hoovers versus everybody. Ever since they went from being Hoover Crips to Hoover criminals, it's Hoovers versus everybody. So it's like, why are you're purposefully wearing the most antagonistic color possible in damn near any hood you go to in LA. But
we might have to put Tory on the academics level.
The baby, but the thing is, we know that the baby is about that life. We know he gonna blast a nigga if he's got to, and we also know that he's rolling legally. So
we also
if
know
he tempting fate though, he's like, oh, I don't want nobody set tripping on me while I show you the outline of whatever's in my hoodie pocket. Is it money? Is it the blicky? Who knows?
He's trying to get attention. Let's just be honest.
It's because, man, if the baby could have just found a way to stay.
Be honest, that's the first time in a year we talked about the baby outside of saying the words. He fell off because he got made fun of at a random restaurant.
He did fall. The fall off was hard for the baby though, and I hate it because I actually liked his music. Like
I hated it.
The flow was super repetitive, and it only worked if that first album. If he would have had a slight switch on albums 2 and 3, where he could have kept that bass sound from the first album, but maybe gave me a little different rhythm in certain stanzas of his verses, we could have got somewhere. But it's just the copy and paste flow, and there's no variation to it. It's just
when he first came out, that first album was hot though.
It's very monotonous to listen to.
It's a dope. At first it was dope, but then I got tired of it.
Yeah, that first album is a slapper, bro. But
shout to Video Wop. That man had the largest rise and fall.
He blew his clip though. He should have been a lot more.
That man shot all of it in 2 months.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That was it, dog.
Once you got to that many albums and mixtapes and freaking 1738 as a collective was starting to blow up, and next thing you know, fucking.
That man put out every top song he had as a single in the first.
But he went through it too. That nigga's in prison now. He goes to prison like a couple months after his daughter dies. What? Like Fetty Wap.
Press the pedal unless he did something crazy. Shout out to Kai as we leave. And remember, just try to be cool with your friends as much as you can. Understand what a limit is, so you ain't got to fight. Hopefully, even though you probably, if you really friends, you probably will fight.
Get over it. Don't hold a grudge over it. Friends fight. That's how you know you're really friends.
And it's kind of normal. I know the internet tell you that friends don't fight, but the internet niggas weird, so I don't know.
Did you know that dude that was talking about how like this nigga don't even know how to make a fucking sandwich? The extended video of that is that they were actually arguing over who had better grades.
Yeah. It was because it got down to who was smarter, and he was like, "This nigga's so dumb he can't even make a sandwich. I'm way smarter than him."
Gotta be. I mean, look at me. I obviously know how to make a sandwich. So
yeah, I obviously know how to make sandwiches on a regular basis.
Tor, I'm gonna say this before we get off. Adam 22 suck at podcasting now. I looked at him from 3 months ago and he was amazing. And all of a sudden he's just like so condescending.
Well, you gotta
he's trying to be Destiny, except for he's not like.
But no, I think Adam's finally comfortable though. Like he ain't gotta worry about like No Jumper is set now. Like it is firmly established and ensconced in its place. I just use that word all kind of wrong. But anyways, it's firmly there in the hip hop media atmosphere. Like No Jumper is damn near mainstream.
I watched the Tuesday show. I'm like, he is so annoying to listen to.
I think since they started pre-taping the Tuesday show, they don't do it live anymore. But I'm gonna chalk some of it up to maybe the nigga's stressed. He's trying to plan a wedding in Italy with Lynn.
Maybe it is because since he did that, it has been since the wedding. It's been about 2 months. He just be like, it's so it's like he just
get all these niggas ready to fly to fucking Italy.
It's just condescending when you talk to people. I'm like, bro.
Yeah. But you gotta admit, he's took a big step back. But I think that's why he's taking a step back though, because now No Jumpers actually feels like a network. Like you don't have to have Adam 22 on every show for it to do numbers. At the end of the day, it does numbers. Their news streams, bro, have been doing sick numbers. No Jumper News every day at 3:00.
I watch the other show. I don't watch when Adam on because it's so annoying.
Well, he's only on the Tuesday show.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And then the interviews he does, but the interviews, he's not condescending in those. Adam's still one of the best interviewers in hip hop, I feel like. He's actually really good.
But I watched that podcast and I'm like, this dude is making his podcast even the chat was like, yo, we normally joke about Adam.
Hating.
Yeah. No, they even said, I saw this in the comment. Normally we joke about Adam, but this is kind of really bad, like honest. Like they even said like honest.
But the thing is, he's still doing numbers, so it's not like, and that's like even what he said. He was like, I thought that we'd have like a dip in numbers when I decided we're not doing it live, and he was like, we've actually done the same, if not more. So I mean, he's been getting more as people have said this. He's gotten more and more views. So if anything, it just enforces him being like that. He's like, well, shit. If this is what these niggas is. Niggas love to complain, so if they're going to complain, you might as well make some money off of it.
Period, Pooh.
That was a horrible show, though. Shout out to T-Rail. T-Rail made it. Pause. On the show. You got to make sure. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you got to make that
now. I love him on the show.
I was say, if we're talking about a No Jumper audience, you definitely got to hit the pause.
Yeah, so.
But
it did good numbers though. Shout out to
T-Rail.
Lush and Adam, they finna. Adam be going at Lush, and I be like, Lush be like, hey, half the white people here don't like black people. And he was only 2 white people. I'm like, it's a little energy. It's a little energy between.
But no, it's funny though, because you can tell once niggas, you can tell when niggas are actually part of the No Jumper family. Once you're not really part of it till you start making fun of Adam. Like, but until you're talking shit about Adam, you're not really there. Like you see the way T-Rail AD house phone when he was
Joe. Joe, if I show you Adam before house phone them incident with the trans girl, you'd be like, oh, this dude completely different than he is the last week.
But for real, maybe that was a change, because think about how much hate he got off of, you know what I mean? Everyone, including the people in the office, everyone was against him in that situation. And you guys can go back and watch that casual conversation did numbers. But bruh, it was he took a lot of heat from that situation, rightly so in some degrees, but in other degrees, I see why he did it.
But Joe, if I show you the difference in like Adam, like you could joke but you be like, oh, Adam funny though. But now he's like, oh, he's annoying, bro.
But like I said, the heat he took after the whole house phone Gracie.
That could be it too.
I mean, he outed his best friend, and then his best friend, who was one of the last No Jumper originals, then leaves, starts his own podcast, which is doing numbers. Shout out Biggest Bros ENT. The niggas doing consistent numbers. They're only 2 weeks in, but hell, they got something like 30,000 subscribers the first day on the channel, 100K views on the first podcast, slightly less on the second. I think they did like 70, 80K in the first week. It's probably more than that now, but yeah.
Tor, in the words of the cocaine bot before we get out of here, Adam's tone deaf. That's why house phone left.
Yeah, Adam's tone deaf. That's why Blasey and phone left.
So, yo, shout out to him. He been getting on Adam, and we about to get out of here. Tor, where can they find you? Hold on, we got
AfroComedy765 on Twitter, Instagram, all those social media platforms. Of course, here on Overall 99 Media, every Wednesday, casual conversations. Fridays, we talk wrestling. You know the vibes.
Uniqo, where can they find you besides TNA Flicks?
You can find me at uniqowilliams.com. You can also find me on Twitter. Very upset right now, thinking about how unserious the Lakers are at this point, as AD is not playing tonight against the Thunder. So anyway, stay tuned. Stick around to the channel, because do you hear me with Uniqo Williams coming right up? Kodak Black. Once a Jolly Rancher from the Judge.
My name Kodak Black, but when they see me, I'm white.
We just start setting. Let's up the background. We switching shows. We changing the set right as we speak. We're changing the set. You can find me at 99_Zell over on 99 Media. Gonna link to everybody when I stop being lazy and actually go on the Instagram page. I ain't been on the page in months, but I'm gonna get on there sooner or later.
We got a mystery going on. Which one of my old hoes is trying to figure out what's going on with Uniqo Williams? Here's the evidence. Here's the evidence.
It gotta be someone. Joe, who was you? We gotta figure out who were you dating when Twin was on? Because I'm like, Twin ain't been on a minute. How you follow Twin? Is he in over on that logos? Is he in the descriptions?
He's around here somewhere, right?
Huh? No, he ain't at the
ticker.
No, he ain't been on that. I just put the big four that's always on there. Sometimes I add one if he come on, but I don't have one.
Referring to us as the Big Four is a fire title. The Big Four of Overall 99.
Here's the evidence we have, right? The evidence is they follow.
Is he on Instagram?
Overall 99 crew and my ex-girlfriend.
He's not Instagram by. But she don't follow West, so that's like it wouldn't make sense if he wouldn't follow. So that means she had to look on the page.
She doesn't follow me. She doesn't follow me either.
Yeah, so it had to be Tora, which would be me, you, and Twan. That era of Overall 99 before Twan started working nights, and probably Sonny before Sonny started working at the casino.
They claim that their account got
can't
hacked,
work no more.
But they claim their account got hacked. And you started a new account, but now you only follow Overall 99 crew, my ex-girlfriend, and like the Brat and Michelle Obama and other celebrities. You have no other, something's not right here. Who is it?
And it's like the old crew.
The Brat and Michelle Obama is a waste. Y'all see the Brat is pregnant?
Yes, we did see that. I know I saw it. I actually did not report on it.
Joe, you should have reported on that. That's your biggest show. That's one of your biggest shows, Joe.
Her old lady's kind of fine.
Judy? They call her Judy for a reason, bro.
She got the booty.
My apologies.
I wonder what made the Brat want to be the surrogate, though. I wonder what made her want to carry the... But that's a conversation for a totally different day.
They had just here's a little bit of tea. Here's the tea on that.
Okay.
So what happened is that they wanted the baby, but Brat Brat out of the two is the best suited to do it.
Oh, she's the best suited to carry it.
48, so you saying you just like the Brat breedable?
How old's Judy?
I think she's a youngster, bro.
That's what I was saying. I was going to say. So why wouldn't you have wouldn't the younger
Tori, you find the most breedable one, Tori. You find the breedable. The Brat seem to be breedable. Her sister is Lisa Ray. Lisa Ray, you can't say Lisa. Can't say Lisa Ray not breedable.
Lisa Ray is not really my type.
She's 41. So like they in that same boat of like they.
Oh, okay. They're not too far apart then.
Oh, Joe didn't know that either until I told him till I got him to do it. Do you hear me on that about the Brat and her sister? Joe, I did not know that. Tori didn't know that. Nobody knew.
Every single time I hear it.
Issa Rae's not really my cup of tea. She's a fire writer, though. Her show was.
No, Lisa Ray. Lisa Ray, not Issa Rae. Lisa Ray.
Oh.
The Players Club, bro. The Players Club.
Yeah, that's her sister.
That's crazy. Yeah. I was thinking Issa. I was thinking Issa Rae. Lisa Ray is my Lisa Ray. I was thinking when I said she's not really my type, I was thinking Issa Rae. Lisa Ray is a different conversation.
No, like, bro.
That's her sister.
I'm like, are you kidding me? They sisters?
Yeah, I called Joe on the phone when I was on the coast, and I was like, "Hey, bro, I'm like driving."
Why though? If you ever see when you see the Brat when she's dressed up girly, the Brat got a figure, yo.
Allen Iverson. If Allen Iverson hit you, hey, she said on the podcast.
Shout out to AI.
AI said, AI like, hey, now y'all talk, but that thing.
Nigga pulling up from 3 on that ass.
It's a couple of girls that like dress manly, where sometimes like.
Are we still going?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
It's casual conversation. Go ahead.
Casual conversation. You know the vibe.
Like I can see the Brat at 25, 26, and you know they're at the club in the section.
In the
like
90s, yeah, 100%.
And she's got those like little 4 or 5 little braids that go down to here, and she just looking at you, just cheesing and shit. You know, hey, hey. I don't give a damn how big her Blue Hill leather jacket is at the time, bruh. I'm on her.
I was gonna say when she gets them baggy jeans, Joe, it's a different story.
Yeah. And she says she wears like the lace stuff. She wears lace stuff under there. It ain't like
Which is crazy to think. You would not expect that. She got the baggy Sean Johns on, and then just the lace Victoria's Secret underneath them. That's crazy. Victoria's Secret.
Then you show up to her house, didn't even know her sister was Lisa Ray, and y'all sitting there, y'all go to a family reunion. But your sister.
Like, damn, I should have met the rest of the family before I made my decision.
Shout out to Players Club. If y'all ain't watch Players Club,
that random mixed Chicago bag. Like they ain't just like straight up black.
You want to talk about Chicago street politics? How many people did King Von actually kill? Because
I'm not getting into that.
Well, he's already dead, and Chicago PD's the one that's giving out the info.
I did read
that. I was gonna say that nigga was a suspect in at least 8 homicides.
That's the one person I know that Charleston White put fear in his voice when he said that man's a demon.
But you gotta think, King Von. If what we've been told to be true, he knocked them niggas down and sat in jail for 3 years and got off with the murder because no one snitched. And the nigga that did snitch, the nigga that did say that he was gonna snitch, freaking, he ended up getting 25 years. So think, the nigga that snitched at the time and King Von went free because he didn't say nothing, and then none of the witnesses or anybody turned up. So the nigga that snitched, thinking they were going down anyways, he just copped the actual murder charge where Vaughn got let go because they didn't have enough evidence. So this nigga got 25 years off of snitching. Like, King Vaughn was a real demon. He was like, nigga, you did the right thing, but you're still gonna sit here for the rest of your life.
Man, he's about to, like, dude, the King Vaughn was probably showing up in his dreams every night as he was alive. Like,
hey, all I know is where King Von definitely probably shook up fucking with the devil when he got wherever he was going. Like, them niggas. King Von came. When King Von got through the gate, he was like, "Demons home, pussy." All the demons in hell were like, "You got that. You got that."
Von here?
Yeah. Oh shit.
Man, we just went 5 million.
Y'all niggas see FBG Duck's mama got an OnlyFans?
Not only does she have an OnlyFans, it was apparently popping.
Hey, she made $35K in a month. I mean, that ain't no crazy OnlyFans money. That's crazy regular people money though. Belle Delphine do about $2 million a month though. That's just different.
Shout out to Lil Durk and the whole crew. How
do you shout out FBG Duck? How do you shout out FBG Duck's biggest rival after we just talked about?
Listen, I'm like, my dude, what my Smacc picture? I come in peace.
That's crazy. This nigga, we talking about FBG Duck's mama's OnlyFans. This nigga gonna say shout out to Lil Durk. That's
wild. Listen. Shout out to everybody. We come in peace. We love everybody from Chicago and LA.
Why don't you drop the rakes while we're in here? Go ahead and throw it down one time for us.
Anybody's gonna kill my creation, I'm gonna do it.
if anybody gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. By the way, if you don't know who we are, you soon will. But until then, it's